Take it away, sir. Cool.
Duke 1, we're clear.
Duke 1, Roger. Orange County Fire to South Taco Division, mile south, the inbound, same altitude indicated.
I got him inside, thank you, sir.
Yeah, the right is a completely different sight picture.
Yeah.
But we still need to keep that VSI at 0.
Yeah.
And you still want to start pulling the moment the VSI starts dropping. My airplane? My airplane.
I got to figure out what I'm doing wrong.
Not wrong, it's the same technique, it's just the sight picture is all different. Let's go down to 45.
2983, insight. Oracle Fire 2.
Fire 2, number 1, or 24 clear to land.
Number 1, clear to land 24. Oracle Fire 2.
So I want you to put your hand on the yoke with me.
Yep.
And I want you to feel when I start pulling.
Proceed across runway 24 Foxtrot.
Alright, here we go, you ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright. I'm not doing anything, the VSI is not dropping yet. In fact, it's going up, I'm not doing anything. The nose will drop on its own. Now the VSI is coming to drop, I'm countering it. You saw that?
Yeah.
So I'm not letting the plane climb initially like it wants to. And I'm just keeping it at 0. A little high, I'm letting the nose come down, keeping it right there at 0. As long as the VSI is at 0 or in the neighborhood, we can do it all day long. Make sense?
Yeah.
Easy enough?
Yeah.
Not easy, but you see how it's all about that VSI. If the VSI is at 0, you ain't going down or ain't going up.
Right.
And there's 45, 45. You could move this, you could jerk it, you could do whatever you need to do. See that?
Yeah.
Holding the plane right where I want it. Make sense?
Yeah.
You kind of get the feels of the yoke that I'm doing? See how I'm moving it?
Yeah.
I'm constantly getting feedback. I'm tying it in exactly where I want it. It's not moving away from me. Make sense?
Yeah.
All right.
With CFR request.
Signature 502, just continue with it in the future.
Your airplane. Actually, let me turn us around here. What I want you to do is not steep turns. I just want you to practice going into the turn, not doing any pitch with the yoke. Because the plane will automatically want to climb. If you don't do anything, the nose will automatically have, the overbanking tendency will have the nose come down. Right? So when you overbank the plane, the nose will start dropping. Once that VSI starts coming down, just counter it with some back pressure. Okay, and the net result will be keeping your VSI at 0. So we'll come down here to 45.
5.35 and squawk 0205, 5 Alpha 0.
550, read back correct, wind 1708, altimeter 2983.
5 Alpha 0.
Alright, your airplane. Your airplane. Just give me a turn to the right. Don't worry about steep turn, not steep turn. Don't worry about the specific 45 degrees. Just go kind of steep, and then watch the VSI. Once it starts dropping, then counter it. Let the nose come down.
Right.
Don't do anything. Let the nose drop. Good. And there we go. You see that? Now you counter it. Not too much, because it'll enter into a climb. Just a touch. It doesn't take much.
Right.
Now, if you look outside, to be honest, the easiest way to do steep turns is by looking outside. You see where the dash meets the horizon?
Yep.
Just keep that coming. You'd be amazed how it maintains your altitude. That's the easiest way to do steep turns.
Right. Yeah, the traffic right below us, 500 feet.
Yeah, I'm looking. I have them inside.
Traffic.
Okay, so let me do this then.
Don't worry about the 45. Just keep the turn coming and try and maintain the VSI at 0. That's all I want you to do. Smoothly. See what that feels like. I got the traffic no factor. Just get that muscle memory. What does it take to keep that VSI at 0? And cross-check that with the cowling against the horizon. If the cowling falls, we're descending. If the cowling goes up relative to the horizon, we're climbing.
Right.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Not complicated. Pretty straightforward once you get the feeling for it. And these are all things you could do, Jimmy, when you solo.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
You could come out here and you could do all these things and get a good feel for it.
Now, did you kill the fuel pump?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not needed?
Well, it wasn't needed for cruise.
Okay.
But then I didn't turn it back on for maneuvers and stuff. I don't think it's needed.
Okay.
But, yeah. Does that make sense with the whole VSI?
Yeah, no, it's
The key is when you first turn into the turn, the plane wants to start climbing.
Right.
Counter that climb and then don't pull back on the yoke until the VSI starts dropping.
Yeah.
That's your only job. We're defending. We're defending the altitude.
Yeah.
We're not achieving anything new.
Right.
We're starting at 45 and our job is to keep it there.
Right.
That's it. Easy enough?
Yeah, let me try the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take it away. See how the nose wants to climb? So counter that. Let the nose drop. Counter that. Keep the turn coming. Keep turning. And eventually with the overbanking tendency of the plane, the nose will drop. Keep banking. Keep banking. Keep banking. Keep banking. Good. There's your 45. Now look at the VSI. It wants to drop. Now counter. Excellent. Good. You can do this one all day to the left.
The left, yeah. Why is the right?
It's just a completely different sight picture, but the technique is the same. It's the same airplane you're flying.
So if I was sitting in the right seat, would the right be easier?
Probably, maybe,
Okay.
maybe.
Okay.
It's just a different, you're sitting on a different side of things when you're doing turns to the right. Yeah, but you see, look at that. You can do this all day long
Yeah, the left is...
with your eyes closed. Not an issue at all. So the technique is the same. It's just a matter of figuring out how do I counter that plane from dropping and when to get the inputs. Because if you do the things a little too early or too late, the plane climbs and descends and it runs away from you.
Yeah.
Easy? Yeah. The other thing I'll say about steep turns, when you're out there soloing, even together, when we're together, I break it down anyway, but when you're out there soloing doing steep turns, if you're finding yourself just, steep turns are not working, it's just not happening. What I want you to do is don't get frustrated and say, I'm done with steep turns.
Oh.
Break it down and say, you know what? Let me neglect the speed, let me neglect the bank angle, and let me just focus on one part of the steep turn, and then that way you can figure the VSI thing out. Once you get that out of the way and figure it out, you can add, okay, let me also hold 45 degrees of bank.
Right.
Let me also maintain 120 knots.
Right.
Because oftentimes we're doing 3 things at once and then we get overwhelmed. So if you find that when you solo, just break it down and say, forget the speed, forget the bank. I'll go about steep and I'll just maintain my altitude. Once you have that in the bag, add the 45 degrees of bank or add the 120.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's just an easy way to go about all things. Break it down and then build on it as you continue to go. Excellent.